grew up being the ball boy and just watching and learning and everything that you can, kind of take in at each of those ages, getting up to being a high school player and then going home and talking ball all the time. And you can tell he's got a very high football IQ, and obviously he's talented, got some physical gifts, change of direction, and being able to catch the ball and do those type of things. But also, he's probably has one of the highest football IQs of any of the receivers that I've coached at Clemson.
And how has he, I guess, improved this year? And how do you evaluate his season with that injury and everything he's had to figure out?
He's a very, very solid guy. Very similar, and everybody, we talked about the Adam Humphries comparison. It was very similar when Adam was out there. When Hunter's out there, I can turn my back. When I know he's getting the ball or the play's going to him, I can turn my back and get ready to coach up somebody for the next play or whatever, because you can always count on him. He always grades 95% or higher every single week. And, but he has gotten better. He's got things he can work on. He knows that. Getting bigger, stronger, that's part of it, being more physical to the ball and all those type of things. And, he takes pride in getting better each and every day. And that's why he is the player that he is, and why he'll continue to improve.
Coach, Trevion seemed to be in good spirits despite the injury the other day. But how much do you think that injury will set him back? We know you don't expect to get him back until midway through the spring. And how much do you think Cornell Powell can take advantage of that opportunity?
Yeah, it was obviously unfortunate anytime one of your guys gets hurt. And Trevion's been a guy that has been ready to go in anytime we've asked him to get in there. He's been able to go in and know what he's doing. So I hate that for him, but he does. He has got a good attitude about it. He's out here helping coach up Cornell Powell, and that's what I told him. Hey, the guy that's going to be playing in your spot, I'm expecting you to walk behind him and coach him up and help him. And he's been doing a great job of that, and it's definitely a good opportunity for Cornell. And he's a guy that can, play either 2 or 5, and he's really done a good job through the first week of bowl practice. I really like it. He made some good plays today, and I think it's good for a young guy like that to kind of be stretched and have to learn more than just one position, and will make us himself even more versatile as he goes into spring ball next year.
Is there some things you can take from last year and the whole playoff experience that you can use to relate to this year's run?
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before. It's one thing to dream it, and it's another thing to experience it. I mean, I think, last year at this point, obviously everybody's excited, just like they are right now, but there's a lot of unknowns, kind of what's it going to look like. And, we played on some big stages, but, is this going to be any different? And now the majority of our team who was here last year, I mean, they know, hey, it's obviously a big stage, but it's just going to come down to, the same thing that every game comes down to, playing well, executing, protecting the ball. And so I don't think that our guys are going to go into it. I think they'll go into it with maybe a little bit better frame of mind, knowing what to expect and what that scene's going to look like. And traditionally we played really well in these type games. I mean, going all the way back to LSU, in that bowl game. And the reason we've played well is because of the way that we've prepared, and that's been the big message to our guys this week is. It's the preparation. I mean, both teams are going to want to win whenever we get out there on the 31st, but who's put in the time and the energy and the work and discipline to be able to go out and execute at a high level on that type of stage.
Is this the best secondary that you think you will have faced, and how similar or different are they from your own that you see?
Yeah, I didn't have to wait to turn on the film to know exactly how talented they were, because I've kind of kept up with them as just watching football when you get an opportunity from time to time. And, I think number 24 is as good a secondary guy as I've seen in a long time. He just plays at a different speed than everybody else, very fast, covers a lot of ground. And then the other thing that I'll say about those guys, the corners and the safeties, they've got outstanding ball skills. A lot of the biggest times when you're watching video where you go, wow, look at that. It's a guy making an unbelievable interception, one hand grab, something like that. So, that's something that we got to talk to our guys about as well. As you're not always in the exact perfect position for that ball, but hey, these guys are going to compete for balls, and you got to be sure that you're physical and you're able to box them out and be where you need to be. Because if you give any soft shoulder, those guys are going to go up there and intercept it. So it'll definitely be a good challenge. And the good thing about being at a place like Clemson is we got talented guys that we go against every day. You know, we're doing a lot of good on good right now against our secondary, and so that's good for them and good for us. And you know, it'll definitely be a good challenge. But you know, playing Virginia Tech, those guys were talented, and I told our guys early in the week that this game is going to come down to our matchup, wide receivers versus DBs. There's going to be several plays in the game that are going to decide the game, and if we win our matchup, we win. If we don't, we lose. And you know, you just go back several plays in that game, especially the last touchdown drive with Renfro's catch and Deion Kane. You know, the guy was kind of holding him up. You know, Deion as a freshman probably just, you know, doesn't fight through the hold there and just tries to look for a penalty, and instead he fought all the way through it and made the play. And those are the plays that decide the games. And the message this week's exactly the same. You know, we've got to win our matchup to have a chance to move the ball against this type of defense. So our guys are excited about that challenge. It's a challenge, but when you got great players, they look forward to those type of challenges.
How would you assess the perimeter blocking just overall?
I think it's been better the second half of the season. It's been better. You know, I think it's been key for us. You know, people try to play us a lot of different ways, and you know, a guy like Deshaun that can also run the ball. It's been well documented. They want to get an extra hat down there around the box, and when they do that, you know, they're a little bit light on the perimeter. But at the same time, you got to be able to block the corners, and we've seen a lot of bigger, more physical secondaries than we've ever seen since I've been at Clemson. These defensive coordinators are going out and recruiting these long guys, and the two guys at Virginia Tech, and those are as big corners as we faced since I've been here. And so it's a big challenge, and but I think our guys have done a good job of that. They've taken pride in it, and I think we've improved as the season has gone on. Definitely not, you know, reached our potential in that area, but I think we've gotten better.